But hello, and hello. What's up, Shay? Did we catch you off guard real quick?
Look, I'm over here drinking.
Yeah, drinking your cup. Come on, friend. Let me take these shoes off. I've been in my shoes all day.
Girl.
All day long. This is the first time I'm taking off my shoes.
Oh my goodness.
And I'm like, I gotta take them off. Like, I can't take it no more.
You are running somebody, honey.
I'm like, they got to come off. I'm done. My feet are expired in these shoes, and it's time for me to take them off. My feet were saying, girl, come out here, untie these tennis shoes. Here you up there.
I know that's right.
All right, but that's enough. How you doing, friend? I'm over here just blabbing. How you doing?
I was doing better before I went to Popeyes. The peoples at the Popeyes got me annoyed. Okay. I goes to the Popeyes. I'm sitting in the line in the drive-thru. Because you know how you think the person in front of you just ordering the whole left side of the menu and they take it. Oh no, it wasn't them. It was the people that worked there. So I guess my turn. Ain't nobody come on the little intercom for like 5 minutes. I said,
Lord.
I got some things to do because Sean texted me in a minute and being like, what's going on? So I said, hello.
Anybody out there?
Anybody here? Can you take my order now, please? And thank you. And you don't be too rude to the people because you don't want to spit special or semen side.
Okay.
So I said, hello. And he says, oh, hey. I said,
hey.
Take my order? He said, no, not really. I said, well, pray tell why. He says, well, I'm the only one in here. I said, would it be better if I come inside? Okay. Because listen, I don't want to get out the car, but I do want some ghost pepper wings. So I will come in there. So I goes on the inside. I count 1 worker, 2 worker, 3 worker, 4 worker, 5, 6, 7, and an 8th one in the freezer. What? You
just
said
lie.
I go inside. He on the counter. It's 7 cars in the drive-thru. 7.
Just playing.
You playing with me, and I'm hungry. Okay.
Just playing.
You don't want to see me when I'm hangry. Okay. So I said, oh hey, 1 person in here? That's what you said. I said, you know what? I'm not in the drive-thru anymore. Ma'am, can you take my order? Yes, I would like to have. Like, are you kidding me?
I cannot stand Popeyes.
Oh my God. Oh, you don't like Popeyes?
Only thing I want from there is them dog. Their potatoes are unmatched. I give them that. I do not like crispy chicken like that though.
Oh, I love me some crispy.
I cannot stand crispy chicken, crispy crunchy chicken.
Oh,
that's a thing for me.
It's got to be. It's got to. And I love red beans and rice and the biscuit.
Nope. Then you're gonna choke off the biscuit, so you need something to drink while you eating the biscuit because it's gonna take your life, child. So I don't fools with the Popeyes. Now, if somebody buy me something, bring me something, I'm gonna eat it, But me going on my own, It's a no. It's a no for me, dog. It's KFC me down. Y'all can have them Popeyes. KFC for me.
I will not. I will not with the Colonel. Not
A lot
I.
of people, I think most people are like that. It's either Popeyes or KFC.
Yeah.
And I'm the KFC girl. I don't want that hard, crispity, crunchy. I don't want it. I don't want it at all.
Well, I guess somebody got to do it, child.
Somebody got to. Somebody got to. Okay, y'all. Guess who gonna be in Memphis on Sunday? Take a wild guess.
Memphis on Sunday.
On Sunday.
Who?
This person has been in the blogs all this week and last week.
Quad? No.
Jada.
Oh,
Pinkett Smith will be in Memphis on Sunday doing her book tour.
You know what? I got mixed emotions about the whole Jada and Will.
This is who I should have put on the. This is the honorary. We're talking about. I forgot all about Jada and this mess. I'm gonna add her into the thing. Yes, but she will be here Sunday. Jada,
girl,
will be here. I said, why are you coming to Memphis? She will be here at 3:30, I believe.
Let me say this. I'm gonna just say this. You know, everybody is coming for her, saying that she is embarrassing Will and with this book, but I want people to understand Will wrote a book first.
Did
Will put all of this stuff out there first. However, you talk about Tupac, a man that has been dead and gone. You can't let the man rest in peace. You talk about him more than his mama.
His own family.
Yeah, his own family. Like, you talk about him, you are seen way more, like, talking about him than any of his siblings possibly could have a chance. Any of his ex-girlfriends, any of his, anybody that's close to him. You are the one that's constantly keeping him on the tip of your damn tongue. And until recently, we thought that you were still happily married. But now we want to find out randomly that y'all have been separated for 7 years. And that possibly you thought that this was a skit and a scheme with the Will and Chris Rock situation. It all boils down to this for me. Jada, stop trying to spice up your life and make it interesting. Talking about Tupac, you out here being a fool. Is your life not interesting enough without talking about Tupac and without talking about your trials and tribulations with Will? Is your book not going to sell just simply talking about you and your life? I don't get. I run me the next footage because I'm done. I don't care.
But see, here's the thing for me. Jada, and people are starting to poke holes in her story already. Even with the whole he proposed to me because people was like, that's not true. He had a whole fiance. Here are the pictures of them posted up together. Like,
he proposed to Left Eye too. Did she forget that? He proposed to Left Eye.
They were dating.
Yeah. So, girl, stop.
None of the remakes, bio, whatever coming to Tupac are you included in his story. Not one time have they talked to you, even as a best friend. Like, you're never brought up. And girl, when she said that the man had alopecia, I said, this help a lot. She talking just to be talking at this point. You just talking. Girl, go away. Have several seats. Now, here's my thing, because a lot of people like, let Jada talk. She needs to let it out, blase, blase, blase. Here's my thing. I'm not painting Will to be this innocent saint. you know, this God-given man that can do no wrong. Because I feel like both of them are very much toxic. Let's start there. This is what I think. My personal opinion, you let me know, Shane. I feel like they were never separated. Or if they were separated, let me not use the word. I don't feel like they were separated. I feel like they've always had an understanding and agreement. We out here popping on the handstand on whoever and whatever we want to do. Just don't embarrass me. Don't let it get out here in these streets. Make sure you keep it tight and right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's the first part. Now we know August came out and did the interview and said that he asked for Will's permission. He said Will gave it to him. Now, this is my thought. I feel like August got too caught up in the sauce because that old cougar Jada was putting it down on him. And he thought that she was gonna leave him. And I think she hurt his feelings. Said, "No, baby, I ain't leaving comfort. I ain't leaving lifestyle. I'm not leaving this." Because him and Jada had already had a thing going on for years. They was always photographed, going on vacations together. They was doing all of these things. And he almost kind of alluded to it, in my opinion, when he did his interview. But he was heartbroken because he was ready to take it to the next step. And she was like, "Don't worry about it. Baby, you see how we live it. This all from courtesy of Will Smith. Why would I give up all of this?" That's when he started talking. That's my theory.
I'm going to say this. I think that I don't think they lived in an unhappy marriage. I don't. I don't know if they lived in a good marriage. I remember rumors of Will Smith, out here with Eva Longoria allegedly. So I believe that there have been some indiscretions on both ends.
I agree too.
I do also remember when Will was married previously, he didn't want to get a divorce. He doesn't. I think he feels a way about, because his father wasn't around. Want to create that image for his children. He wants to create this united front. Let me tell you, there's something going on in that house because
definitely.
And La Willow is crazy than Junebug. The oldest one is the only one that look a little normal. Okay,
he is the onlyest one.
Yeah, I don't know what was now. Jay talented. He can rap and stuff. He a little skinny and might need a sandwich. He needs some of this macaroni and cheese I'm over here eating. Side note, but I think that yes, is Jada in this marriage for convenience? Absolutely.
Of course, yes.
I do, in my opinion, feel that Will Smith does love her. I think that he has.
I do too.
Her. I think Jada likes to play in this man's face, but I feel like he supplements the fact that she's never going to love me as much as Tupac. She loved Tupac,
but he said that in his book.
So here doing my thing on the side to make myself feel better. I think they've had an open marriage. People have said something for years. I think Will Smith probably plays for both teams because they
did too.
And Dwayne Martin for years. But then again, I look at Dwayne Martin and he might be like, I know you lying. I ain't get, you know what I mean? If it is, or if they not, whatever. At this point, I don't care.
But you know what? Here's the thing, because I can't find it, who put it in the chat. Here you go. She said, "Why do people think that she was happily married?" No. Oh, yes. Here you go. Her and Will literally said bad marriage for life at her red table talk. I do feel like they do love each other. I feel like, for me, Jada have always settled. That's my opinion. I feel like she's always settled, but I do feel like he always been in. That's my thought. I also feel like if she wanted to get out, she couldn't do what men do. And that was one thing I will give her. Men can leave their marriage and go be with somebody 20 years younger, and their career can continue to grow, may even get bigger. Nobody's going to stop them or look at them differently. It's going to keep on going like nothing's changed. A woman cannot do that.
Mm.
And I feel like if she would have divorced him, there would have been a bigger old thing. Because Will is looked at as the prodigal child, the good guy. He don't give no problems. He's at the tabloids. Like, she will instantly be made a villain, kind of like what she is now. She's instantly made the villain, and I feel like that ain't fair. Even though she's doing too much,
she just talks too much.
She talks too much. Yeah.
And the reality is, the reason why Jada Pinkett is the villain is because this is the legacy that she's leaving behind.
Correct.
Talking about Tupac, and somebody in the comments said because she's always asked about him, but that doesn't mean you need to expand.
Always talk about it. Mm-hmm.
About him every time, because it's so salacious to you that's what's what. If that's the only thing that gets people to draw to you and pay attention to you, then that's a problem. But here's the thing. I believe that if Jada Pinkett left Will Smith way back when, if she really wasn't feeling it, Jada Pinkett got swag. That's what I say about her. She's a very unique woman. She has swag. She got the vernacular. You know, she can do that. And I think that she would have easily gotten married to somebody else. But she has to believe that within herself. And she's very talented. She really, but she's just now choosing later in her life to be this busybody.
Yeah.
I hate this for her. I hate for this to be what you're known for. It's trumping how talented she is.
You are.
Over how, you know, she's not just Will Smith's wife. Jada is Jada Pinkett in her own right.
Right.
She's not living in that. She's the wrong road. And with August Alsina, let me tell you something. I heard he was rearranging people's uterus with how big the schlong was hanging over there. So that, alongside the fact that he was a million years younger than her, he was your son's friend. That's your. So they say. He was your son's age. So why are you messing with him? You old enough to be this man's mama or grandma.
See, that's my thought too. Because I talked about this as well. I feel like there was a way to get them in, to say, oh, this is Jaden's friend and he's going through so much and we're here to help him. Jaden and him are literally on two separate ends of the spectrum. They have absolutely nothing in common. You can't pay me to believe that they was friends. There's nothing you can tell me that they was friends.
Said that young boys used to come out of that house screaming. Some lady, a neighbor of the Smiths, allegedly said that what's the boy that used to play on was it Stars or no? What was the show with Taraji and Empire? The one, the rapping son.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah.
Brashear
Gray. The lady talked about how she was trying to reach out to him because he is troubled, and he's been troubled ever since she saw him running screaming out of the Smith's house, and he's supposed to be being mentored by them at some point. I don't know if that's true, but the lady didn't seem like she needed to lie. But she did a whole story on that. And then with the August Alsina thing, he out here butt dancing, if you catch my drift.
Yeah.
With he's getting a mustache ride, okay? Even lacks the likes of Jada. I guess he like, listen, the women can't take it, so I'm gonna go ahead and sling this thing somewhere else. I don't get it. That boy has always been troubled. I mean, ever since he lost a lot of people in his life. The fact that Jada Pinkett and Will Smith kind of latched onto that wasn't the support that he needed.
And then to make it worse, to involve sex in it. I think that made it worse. But my biggest gripe I have with Jada, we can go ahead and wrap it up. With Jada is because I do feel like you obsess over Tupac so much to the point your daughter at the Red Table Talk literally said, I wish Tupac was my dad.
That's
And that means you're overly obsessing over a man that she never know nothing about outside of seeing a picture, outside of seeing a movie, if she saw the movie, right? And when that girl said that, you should have stopped her right then and be like, no, you got a great father.
right.
He's been like, why would you let that slide or laugh at it or think it's cute? That's not cute. That was disrespectful.
Very.
For you to say that, and you're doing it so much that you are being very impressionable on your daughter.
Yeah.
And thinking now that it's cute for her to now obsess about the same exact thing. And like I said, at this point, I feel like she's lying. Girl, everything you say is starting to sound like a lie to me.
Mm-hmm. The lies.
The lies. Oh, that's one thing I wanted to add. I was listening to, I think they was talking about it on The View.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a little clip, and they were saying how, there's nothing wrong with her telling her story, which I agree is her story for her to tell. But was also saying like, this is stuff that women have to go through, that we have to put our stuff aside just to be there for the man, and so the man can go on and do X, Y, and Z. And I'm like, I call bull crap. And here's why I call bull crap. Will and Jada has never had a traditional marriage, in my opinion, to begin with. Even when their kids were still little, they was letting them kids do whatever. Her whole child shaved her head off at 13 years old.
Yeah.
You want me to believe that Jada was this little woman who didn't have a voice for herself? He came and picked her up out of Huntsville, Alabama, and here we are, and she don't know how the big world city go. You talk about the same Jada who said who sell drugs,
right,
was robbing people, and you want to diminish her down to this, oh, but she had to put her husband career. No, she didn't.
No.
Why are y'all making her this? Like, y'all are trying, not y'all, in my Rodney Jenkins voice,
right.
not y'all, but y'all. Trying to make her to be this victim woman, and that was never them.
She is nowhere near a fawn in the woods, okay?
Thank you.
She's not a fawn in the woods at all. So, like, miss me with all that. Period.
Yeah.
Child.
Yeah. But we was rude. Sorry, y'all. Shout out to everybody that came in through the building and is in the. We ain't did none of this, so we go hit the like button if you haven't already. How about that? Can we start there? Hello to everybody that's in the chat. Come on in the room. Yeah, we done got started, so we can go ahead and keep it going. But I did want to speak because we did see that we usually highlight the people that's coming in. So hello to everyone. Okay. So which one you want to start with? We'll leave Love Marriage Huntsville because it really didn't give nothing for me. That's just me. So let's do the Real Housewives of Potomac and the Alliance.
Okay.
Did you see the picture of the girls separated?
No, I don't know anything about this alliance stuff.
Really? Okay, so there's an alliance. I'm sure they would never admit that it's an alliance, but it's one, okay? So first we have Giselle, and she did this post, and we talked about this a little bit yesterday, y'all.
Oh, you pulling it up?
Yep. Share. So here we have the ladies. As you can see, Karen is missing. Karen is never with them, so I'm not shocked. Wendy isn't with them, and Candace isn't with them. This new girl, who she look like, y'all? Who she look like, Shay?
The new girl?
Yeah.
She looked like Wendy.
To me, she look like a young version of Candace's mama.
Really?
Yes.
I don't know about that, Sean.
She looked just like Candace's mama to me.
Okay. Maybe I got to squint a little bit. Look one eye and look. I'm gonna look again later.
She looks like a young version of Candace's mama.
Well, you know, I already don't see it for the new girl.
Well, that too. That too. So this is them. And we have Giselle with her caption saying, in these DC streets, had to lift up Madam Mia, or Madame, however you want to pronounce it. And
Girl,
like,
lift her from where?
and that was my thing. I'm like, first of all, what are you lifting her up for? For leaving one husband to go to another husband? You
a slut from the 90s.
What are you uplifting her for? So this is some of the things that I said last night.
Mm-hmm.
Y'all didn't even like Mia like that last year. Let's be honest.
Right.
They called out her for being fake, for doing her fake scare for cancer. At the reunion, they were on her tail about, do you really own it? Do you really know how this thing works? Like, they were doing all of this. Now y'all over here, y'all even uplift her when she said that she was going through something medically last year. Y'all want to uplift her then. Now all of a sudden you want to uplift her? It ain't nothing going on.
She just leaving one man that she manipulated to go to the next, and I don't feel that one piece of sorry for G, because you was out here humping around on the beach with her and her dimpled booty and was loving life with her lying ass, and now you done left your wife and you're with the children that you had with your wife, and you done started a whole new life with little kids, and thought that you had this young wife that she was going to live happily ever after with. And did you really think that this was going to happen? Really? And then he didn't make any sense, because he did this whole video talking about, yeah, and I said it was okay for you to go out there and do your thing because I couldn't perform, but then you were lying about it. And then I see the messages and you think I'm dumb and I don't know what's going on. Okay, if you allowing her to do it, then allow her to do it. Don't
shut up. Thank you. Just shut up about it.
Yeah,
be done.
Guys, act like you don't see it because you said I can do it. So don't contradict yourself. I'm just like, wow. But this alliance thing is interesting. I always knew Giselle and Robin had the alliance or whatever.
Correct.
And Charisse, she gonna do whatever she can to try to get
stay on the show. See, Robin and Giselle are the only one who, in my opinion, truly have an alliance.
Mm-hmm.
The only one, because they're gonna continue to ride for each other, right? Excuse me. I'm sorry, y'all. Ashley is a give and take, but Ashley gonna stay on their side regardless, because she just don't like Candace and she don't like Wendy.
Mm-hmm.
Charisse is, again, she's just there so she won't get fired. And her biggest angst is really towards Karen more than anybody. For whatever reason, she's after Karen. And that's why they kind of letting Charisse be a part.
The problem is, Charisse, I'm going to have to go off camera, y'all, so I can put my charger in. But Charisse is just mad because Karen is liked. She's loved by the audience. They're never going to off the show because she's funny and she's entertaining, and she really isn't.
She's boring.
Yeah,
like she gives nothing.
You was just talking about all this stuff with Karen and the firemen, and then you was talking about Giselle and her being a hoe bag and all this that. Now you up Giselle's butthole.
Yeah,
I don't get it.
And then go to Mia. There's no true friendship there because, again, look what they just did to you last season.
Right.
Only reason why they was so up Mia's tail and was kind of letting her in because she went in on Wendy. Other than that, would they really would have been Mia friend like that?
But then you went on Wendy for no reason.
And did. But Robin don't like Wendy. Robin's still holding on to what Wendy said when they went to their vacation. And she read Robin for literally all of her life. And Wendy did it without raising her voice, without cursing her out, with her knees on the ground. And She ain't been able to get over that yet.
These women don't like to hear the truth. That's the problem. So, Robin, listen, your marriage is whack. You are whack. Like, girl, bye. Okay. Juan been giving you the fade since y'all went to Maryland together. So stop.
Mm-hmm. And then here we are. Them three. Wendy, Candace, and Karen.
Crazy. They were all together last season. So I'm not surprised.
Yeah. I'm kind of shocked that the new girl, but I feel like all the new girls want to get in over there on
Giselle.
the side of Giselle, which I don't understand why. Because she gonna find out soon enough Giselle is not your friend, girl.
No.
She gonna find out soon enough. Y'all not friends.
Well, homegirl think that she's so rich, and can't nobody touch her because her daddy paid for everything. So, girl, okay, go ahead and get your ass on national TV and get embarrassed.
And what's so funny is, baby, at least two of them, which is Wendy and Candace, can read all of them put together.
Period.
It's 6 of them, and y'all can't even keep up with one of them.
No, not at all. I just want this season. I really want to like Candace. Lord knows I do. I just a brat. She is annoying to me. The crying, the victimization. You are a consistent victim. It's very jarring. I can't.
I love me some Candace. Candace is my girl. I love Candace. Do she cry too much? Yes, she does. No, but I am so here for Candace. Al said so. Candace forgave Karen for calling Bravo HR on her. So I do feel like they did somewhat get over it. But I feel like in this situation, they don't have no choice but to come together because it's a line drawn in the sand. They don't have no choice but to.
But see, that's why I can't fool with Candace, because I can't have friends that think that I'm supposed to be on their side all the time and they can't take constructive criticism. You can't be friends with me. Like, I will diss you. And Candace is like, she's the type of person, you want to dismiss me? Like, and I'll be like, yes, bye-bye. Lose my number.
Get it from Candace.
I can't. I can't with her. And talks about how sweet she is and whatnot. I say, yeah, that's because you haven't crossed her yet. You ain't said nothing she don't like yet. That's why.
I like some Candace. I'm here for Miss Candace.
Going to air you out on Mad Day. That's what she seemed like the type to do to me. Like,
Now, you know, word on the curb is that a mistress has came out against Chris.
I don't a bit more believe that than
I don't believe it either, but that's the word on the curb. And at this point, I'm gonna be honest. It don't even matter if it's true or false. And the reason why I'm saying that, because I know Ashley is looking for any reason to get up in Candace's tail when it comes to her marriage. Right. So the fact that somebody came out, you know Ashley's about to use this as some bait. You know she's about to use it.
Ashley probably paid somebody to say that.
And probably did. Because I felt like she did Sesame Street face the same way. Like, hey, come over here and play this game. And they both got caught up. But
child, it's a no for me. I don't think that's true.
I don't believe it either. I don't believe that to be true either. But yeah, that was that. Oh, I thought I exited out the stream, y'all. I was like, oh my God, how did I? I really thought I exited out.
No, okay. We still in here in the building.
Oh my gosh, I hit the wrong button. So that's that. It is interesting. I am kind of ready for the season to start to see how everything everything's gonna play out. I really do hate it for the new girl because it's already like, girl, I don't even know if I even like you right now. So, and since you over there with them heifers, I'm probably gonna go ahead and stay on my side of I don't even like you.
A switch by the time she watched the show.
Oh, she's definitely gonna switch because the professionals get everybody.
You don't see everybody's scenes.
She's and no confessionals.
And Giselle, she don't see Robin and Giselle talking about her by themselves yet. She don't see all that. So at the reunion, we're gonna see if she's still clucking like a chicken and barking.
Of course. Everybody get caught up in them confessionals. That's what get everybody messed up, those confessionals. Because people do act one way in front of everybody, but when they by themselves,
it's a
confessionals tell a totally different story. Okay? But we can move on. We're almost 40 minutes in, and we're going to go to the Married to Medicine cast plot. So we already heard Quad tell the people that she feel away. She feel disrespected because her ex and the new wife is on here. Well, Funky Dineva went to his platform and told the people that he know the real tea because he's friends with them in real life, okay? And he said the real tea is that Toya and Simone befriended Dr. G's new wife.
Yeah, I saw that.
To get her on the show. Now, here's my thing. There's no truth to it. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not going to call the man a liar, whatever, right? However, do Toya and Simone even have that kind of pull?
Here's the thing. Toya and Simone, I know, and Cecil were still friends with Dr. G.
Correct.
So I think naturally that was just a relationship that happened as a result of them still being friends with him. Mm-hmm. And Toya, I don't know how she would be involved, but I guess maybe because Toya is close to Simone, that was just a thing because people said that the woman looked like Toya.
Yes, they do look alike, a lot alike.
Look a lot alike.
Mm-hmm.
Been an interaction that formed because of that. Do I think that there was some diabolical plan to take Quad, make her look dumb to bring Dr. G on the show? No, because if you remember in seasons back, they said that Dr. G should have never had to leave the show.
Mm-hmm.
They all of them have always said that if Quad gets to stay, he should be able to stay because he was, and this is a doctor show. So if anybody had to leave, Quad should have left and came back with his newer love interest, or we explore, what he's doing with his life after marriage with Quad.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't know if they took some whole housewife appeal with it and kept Quad and, whatever. But everybody on the show was basically like they wanted Dr. G to stay and they never wanted him to leave. So do I think that they did this somehow to get at Quad? No. I think they genuinely have a relationship with Dr. G and they felt like he was dealt the short end of the stick.
Mm-hmm. I think, and I agree with that. And I also think too that they wanted it to be a thing where I think both of them could have coexisted at the same time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's what I kind of feel like they wanted it to be, kind of like how Mel and Martell situation is. Although they divorced, they still on the show.
Yep.
Because y'all right, they did have a relationship with Dr. G. They're friends with him.
Mm-hmm.
So I do feel like because of that, yes. But I feel like maybe Dr. G walked away.
Mm-hmm.
And just like, we'll just let Quad have it. I don't want it, whatever the case may be. But now it's some bad stuff out about Dr. G too.
Well, Quad is putting out there that she's alluding to saying that why would you bring him back on the show? And this was a man, basically she tried to make it seem like he was going upside her head.
Right.
And as not to say that, an outspoken woman can't get assault, get those types of debacles with their partner. But the way that Quad acted, I don't see that flying with her.
Now,
Like, it was too much with Quad and Dr. G. Like, I feel like, honestly, Quad led him astray for way too long. They were married for years. He wanted to have children. And he got he's in his 50s now. He kept telling her, I'm getting older. I want to have children. She over dressing up damn dogs. She was, and not to say, and I don't think Quad was lazy, because she was a high paid medical supply salesperson or whatever. And she always worked and she took care of home, whatever the case may be. But she just wasn't the right woman for him. He wanted domestic, a domestic, and she wasn't that. And she didn't want to leave the marriage. She loved the life that he provided for her.
Right.
Didn't want to give the man what he wanted. I think that they were just together way too long, and that wasn't a marriage that produced anything.
Right. And I feel like she never really found him attractive.
I don't think so either.
I don't think she never found him attractive. And I've never been a Quad fan. Not even from the beginning. I've never been a fan of Quad. Because it always gave that you never wanted him.
Right.
To me, it always gave out that she never wanted him. But they're saying, and we can take this with a grain of salt because it's coming from Tasha K. Let me say it that way. So let me leave with that. But it is coming out that he is pushing pills, allegedly pushing pills to his patients. And once they are hooked, he's having sex with them.
Oh my God.
Now, allegedly, this is from Tasha K. Like I said, let me give the disclaimer. Take that with a grain of salt or no, whatever the case may be, but that is coming out. Let me say something. I'm not going to say what people don't do, right? I'm past the point of saying he would never. Because the moment you say that what somebody would never do, here they come never and like they've never before, okay? So I'm not going to say that it never happened. But Tasha K is talking about that. And again, it is Tasha K. Whether we want to believe her on the side of she's credible or not, that's to each his own. But
I definitely don't believe her. I feel like at this point, he would have been found out by now.
And that's where I was going with it. I don't think that he's able to do. Now, she said, let me preface this part too. She went to his reviews, and all his reviews are bad.
Dang.
And all his reviews are bad.
But he's a psychiatrist.
Yes.
So if that doesn't even make any sense. Why would the people be taking the medications in front of him?
Maybe they're not taking it in front of him, but he's pushing it.
Yeah, but
get hooked.
Where are they? Like, you get what I'm saying? How are they debilitated in front of him if they're not taking the medication in front of him? What makes them, like, you're coming to sit on my couch to tell me your problems?
Correct.
Yes, I can prescribe you medication, right? But I'm not timing it saying, hey, take it 2 hours before you come to me. And then while you on the couch, you telling me your life story, and then 1 second later, you're like, wait, I'm suddenly tired. And then
it's been explained like, I give you this, but you won't get a refill. You just got this one. So now you hooked because whatever is in there is making it like addictive to you. So now you hooked. So once you hook, now you got to come to me. So in order for me to do now this is allegedly how the story's being told. Once you get hooked, now you got to do me a favor.
Oh my God.
Now, in order to get this refill, in order to get XYZ, we're going to have sex. And if we have sex, I'll go ahead and refill this. But again, Again, allegedly, I don't know if this is true or not. I don't know.
Yeah, that's if he doing that, that's absolutely insane.
Yeah.
Crazy. Yeah, unbelievable. I think, yeah, it would have to be where, okay, it's a quid pro quo. Okay, I see that you have a need for this now. I will
Mm-hmm.
do something for me. I'll do something for you. But it just doesn't make sense to me where he's giving them, because he don't have medication. Psychiatrists are not going to have medication with them. They can
Correct.
write the prescription.
Right. That's what he's doing. Writing
Don't
it out. He's
take
pushing the pills.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Nobody gonna take the stuff in front of him.
Right. That's
And
what he's doing. He's doing a
yeah,
prescription, pushing it, letting
mm,
them get hooked on it, but he's not refilling
mm,
their prescription because now they're hooked. But alleged, y'all
yeah,
go back Tasha K, let her tell y'all the story. She said that she's about to do the interview with whoever it is that was allegedly one of the patients that got hooked. So
that you know what that woman. I ain't gonna say nothing.
I'll say it for you, friend. I'll say it. Here's what I think. And we ain't gonna stay on Tasha K law.
Mm-mm.
But this is what I do feel like when it comes to Tasha K. I think she is stuck between being a Wendy Williams and being a Barbara Walters. Like you
Yeah,
want to do both. And I feel like she's trying to collide the worlds together. Either you're gonna be salacious or you're gonna give groundbreaking journalistic stories. I feel like it really do have to be one or the other. You
yeah,
don't see TMZ trying to be the View or the People. They're not going to do it. Who they are is who
who
they
they
are. And I think that's what Tasha K want to do. And I feel like Tasha K wants to be more of the notable, I break the real stories type stuff. But I think if you're going to want to go that route, stop picking up any and everything that comes to your desk. Like, leave that for the shade room, or let me leave that for the YouTube people. Like, if you want to be looked at as a real journalist, I think certain things should be left alone.
It's given non-credible.
And it is.
Giving you about to get your ass sued again. That's what it is. Because now
Mm-hmm.
you out here grasping for straws, and now you are resulting to making up shit.
Right.
And you think that because Cardi B sued you, everybody else is gonna be like, I don't got time for that. I don't want to be in litigation. People
Mm-hmm.
nowadays, and sources, and you keep on playing, you're gonna be on the corner with a cardboard sign. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I don't wish that on nobody, but you have young children, and is it really worth it for you to try to, so to speak, stay on top, to be out here making up stuff? Like, I couldn't be chasing the fame that much.
That much. I agree. I think some things should just be left alone. You know, come back to me when y'all got some. You
Yeah,
know, I don't know. I just feel like it ain't everything not worth talking. And you're looking at being looked at as the person that's not credible. Because I do feel like the Cardi
yeah,
B thing hurt her bad.
yeah.
It
Her
hurt her bad.
shot. Like, nobody that is noteworthy is going to say, "Let me go interview with Tasha K."
Okay. Yep.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
like, she's not going to interview Drake or Mary J. Blige or even
Mm-hmm.
Nicki Minaj, the person that she tries to, she think that's her bestie. You will never be seen interviewing her. You won't interview anybody that is, credible. You won't.
Mm-hmm.
You just won't. They won't come on your show because now you're looked at as a clown.
Yep. I agree. Christine said, "Did you see Mims today? He showed Heavily interview with Sweet Tea, and she said Heavily and Dr. Jackie kind of convinced her to join the cast. So Dr. Heavily did do an interview with, I hate that name, Sweet Tea. Let me not use the word hate. I dislike that name, Sweet Tea.
That's
That's
his.
Dr. G new wife.
Oh, okay, okay. They call her Sweet Tea. Is her
Yeah.
name Toya too or something? And they just don't want to.
I don't know what's the girl name.
Oh, okay, child.
But she go by Sweet Tea. Horrible. I'm like, girl, what's your real name? What your mama name you?
Yeah, what your name is?
What your mama name you? And so that's what they're talking about. I've been saying I wanted to look at it because I think the interview actually came out last week. But it's almost giving conflicting stories because Funky Dineva is saying one thing and Sweet Tea is saying something totally different because Funky Dineva was saying that it's Toya and Simone. Well, Sweet Tea is saying, well, it's Heavenly and Dr. Jackie who told us to come on.
It's her name is Letitia Lunsford. So I guess so they calling her Sweet Tea because her name is spelled Tea. I don't know, whatever. It's still corny. Here's the thing. Heavenly's supposed to be butt buddies with Quad, but she also loves drama. So for her to recommend that this lady comes on the show, it's definitely her being messy in some shape, form, or fashion. And Jackie is always the slick to the side messy person. She tries to be quiet and play peacemaker, but we know that Jackie is all for the mess too. But again, everybody wanted Dr. G on the cast.
Yes.
So I just feel like this is just a ploy to like make it, oh, they're just conspiring against Quad. No, they said it on the reunion. They were like, he should be here. Even the husbands.
Yeah.
I don't know. Whatever.
We'll see. They'll probably fall out again because they always make up to break up. Quad and Dr. Heavenly do it all the time. They make up to break up. So I guess we'll see how it really come out. What really happened?
Just get rid of Quad. Quad ain't bringing nothing to the show.
And I agree with that, which is crazy because Dr. Heavenly and even Quad said the same thing, that she fought for Quad to be on the show. Quad was there in the beginning. She always wanted Quad, good TV, But Quad really, to me, Quad has never been good TV. Not even when her and Mariah was besties, bosom buddies. Like she was never good TV to me. She was overly dramatic.
Yeah.
Theatrical about everything. Like, girl, bring it down 15 notches. How about that?
Yeah. Too much.
It was too much. But in the famous words of Mariah, you're not even married to medicine, my love. You're not married to medicine, my love. And you're not telling us nothing. We don't want to see you playing, and we see it's not even working with Marlo being the auntie mama thing. It's not even working with you, Quad, when you showed us last season with you playing and stepping in being the momty, the auntie mama. Why? He has a mother.
Yeah, we don't even see her with him now, taking pictures or whatever. That was just child. These people and their schemes, I tell you. I tell you what. I bet you that when the season come on, he live with his mama now.
I'm sure he is. I'm sure.
Crazy.
So, and you're not talking. You don't want to bring nobody on the show, whomever you're dating, whatever. That's your prerogative. You don't have to. But you're not talking about nothing.
You don't want to show your life. So bye.
Why be on TV?
Be not being real. Girl, going on.
Now, let me say this. And maybe, I don't know if it's in defense of Dr. Heavenly or not. You will tell me if it is. But I do feel like Quad, if we go back, Quad did not have a contract for a while. And Quad wasn't even for sure if she was coming back on the show.
This is the same thing that happened last season.
Yeah.
They signed her on at the very last minute.
The very last minute. Yeah.
So you are clutching your pearls every season, wondering if you coming back, but you don't do anything each season after season. That's breaking for you to come back.
Yeah.
And married to medicine.
Yep.
So what do you got?
Yeah. So even if Dr. Jackie and Dr. Heavenly did fight for Sweet Tea and Dr. G to come back. Maybe it was because they was like, oh, Quad ain't got her contract and all this time.
Maybe she ain't coming back.
Maybe she ain't coming back. So, but just to throw that out there. I don't know. Lee said Quad makes me start disliking her real quick, and she still acts so dramatic and like she is owed something or above others. I agree, and she talks so. She always try to be so deep when she talk. Girl, get to the point. Girl,
Quad
this deep,
that is
theological, girl. Come on.
It's Quad Luther the King. That's her real name. And
these high girl, come on. Get to the point.
Don't nobody care at all.
Here we go. So get to the point. Let's get to Love and Marriage Huntsville. I did not see it for this episode. It was not good for me. I felt like we had a lot of scenes that we did not need. But I will go ahead and give it and say maybe it was a filler episode because we know what Saturday is going to bring. Saturday is when Letitia going to get drowned in the water. So this probably is just a filler episode for the big build up for Saturday's episode. Yeah, it gave nothing. My biggest takeaway is Letitia, I know you lying about you being 5 years working in the process of this hair care product. Girl, bye. You ain't fooling nobody. You tell that lie to the people on Instagram who ain't watching the show. Exactly. To the people who watching this show because you lied. I know you lied. You did a whole podcast 5 years ago. You never out once.
If that's the case, if you did this 5 years ago, why are you choosing Stormy to produce your products? You could have been in damn Dark and Lovely. You could have been a Just For Me. You could have been anything, but you chose Stormy, somebody that you just met 2 years, basically. Yesterday. But on this for 5 years, girl, boo and bye to you. Stop lying. Stop lying.
So that was like, okay, girl, 5 years, all right, whatever. Then we have another thing that kind of stuck out. Her and Marsau having this conversation about Stormy, the feedback, all the other bull crap. And Letitia still wanted to be friends with Stormy. And you're letting Stormy bait you yet again in y'all sit down. When she's asking you, oh, you didn't like it when I called him a B, did you? Like she's playing in your face all over again.
Absolutely.
And you're sitting here like, no, I didn't like that.
There's no way that this girl will be able to sit here and taunt me and
in your face,
calling my husband a bitch. First of all, that would have never slid by me. I don't care how disrespectful Marsau is. Okay.
That part.
What you're not going to do is sit up here in a meeting in a public on TV as well. This is a public forum, public platform, and I'm going to sit here and like a quiet as a church mouse and allow you to call my husband a bitch. Girl, no. And ain't no friendship that you just, by the way, formed strong enough to be okay for me to let you do that. You let this girl call your husband a bitch, but you was ready to jump down Mel's throat because she said that this event was unprofessional. And it was.
Let's take it back. You was ready to fight her at the Valentine's Day. Did we not forget that? Let's take it back again. When they did that unedited scene where you and Destiny was at the restaurant and you were saying that you wanted to fight Mel, that's number 2. This woman sitting next to you, 2 inches from you, you can smell what she ate for breakfast that morning. And you have yet to say anything. Now, here's the golden rule that everybody say. You ain't got to like me, but you will respect me. And that's what it comes down to with her. We ain't got to like Marsau. And we don't. It is what it is. The folks don't like him. It is what it is. You don't have to like him, but you can be respectful.
Right.
Because if Tisha would have did the same exact thing, girl, you'll be ready to flip all the tables.
Girl, if she had to call Holiday Heart, aka Courtney, a damn bitch, it would have been a problem. Because Holiday Heart would have been jumping across that table to kick Marsau's behind, and he would have had some words for Stormy. Here's the thing: all of this is a bunch of BS. Because Stormy, you don't
Yes.
act like that. No, you don't act like that in boardrooms. You need to accept yourself. And all of this, well, I've been a bitch since I was 4 years old. That's called child abuse. Grow up, get some help for it. And let me tell you something. The help that you need, it ain't in them damn sound bowls. You need to go sit on somebody's couch. You need to go sit on.
She don't even believe in the sound bowls, but we're gonna move on. Rodney said this, and the reason I'm like, you know what, that makes sense. When he brought up the fact that she said that she's been this way since she was 4 years old, and he was like, no, an adult told you that. You don't know that you this at 4 years old. An adult told you that, and I actually agree with that. And he said her mama, but we'll go ahead and say adult. And I'm like, wow, that actually do make a little piece of sense, because why would you say that? That you've been this way since you were 4. Like, you don't know what.
No, I feel like she was saying, maybe we interpreted it wrong. I thought I heard her say that she's been being called a bitch since she was 4 years old.
Oh, I thought she said like she's been bitchy since she was 4 years old.
I think I thought
okay.
that she was like, me and my family, we talk like this all the time. This is how we talk. I've been being called a bitch since I was 4 years old. Like, I heard her say that. And I'm like, if somebody's calling you a bitch at 4 years old, that's a problem.
Yeah.
Like, and you can't, the thing is, let's say that that's happening, right? You grow up, you've evolved, you've become in different interactions and relationships with other people, and you learned along the way, hey, maybe that's inappropriate for my mama to be calling me a bitch. Okay, that's not right. So I need to fix myself. I need to do better. Okay. I don't see her trying to do better. And luckily she's been able to be successful, but I don't know how much further her career is going to go if this is how you present yourself in professional environments. Like, and I can't even begin to believe that that's the case.
Yeah. That scene to me was crazy. The flashback that they showed, and she's literally playing in your face, and you're saying again, absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Absolutely nothing. So there was that. We have the Marsau and Martell going back and forth. And I'm like, okay. This is my biggest thought, and this is what I said. Who would have thought that we would be on the side of Martell, and Martell is making the most sense right about now? But I also said, because I ain't give him too much. I gave him that, but I'm not going to give him too much, simply because you open up that door and the portal for other people to disrespect Melody. And you want to take up and defend her honor now, but where was all of that when you was doing the exact same thing to her? They don't owe Melody nothing. That ain't their child's mother or their ex-wife. That was your ex-wife and your kid's mother.
I just want Martell to just openly admit on TV that he was filtering money to old Gator through Marsau. I just want him to go ahead and just say it, because at the end of the day, Martell doesn't have, he's not quick-witted like Mel. So when Marsau was playing word salad with him as to do, you've been dippity doo-ah, dippity a and around the topic and ring around the mulberry bush, talking in circles, and Martell knows that that's what you do, but he's so used to ignoring you when you're doing it because it's not typically directed towards him. He's used to other people, so he's not quick-witted enough like Mel to be like, oh, hold on, because I heard what you said, and oh, okay, this would really happen. He don't have, like, Martell's first reaction is to get angry, and then he wants to fight.
Yeah.
He can't be a word sorceress with Marsau. And Marsau knows that. So that's why he says stuff to fluster him. And that whole scene, really the biggest thing that bothered me was Chris Fletcher being there. Why are you here?
Just sitting there.
You provide
just sitting there.
Absolutely nothing for this scene. Absolutely nothing.
Just being nosy. And that's but I did say this too. I said I'm gonna give him 2 parts because I understand he don't have a dog in the fight. What's my point of saying something? That's one part, which I give him that. The other part is, sir, if you're gonna be here, do something. We don't need you to get another pillow and a knot on the log and not doing anything. So I'll give you a little grace because I can see where you come from. I ain't got a dog in the fight. Let me close my mouth. I ain't got not a nail piece of nothing to do with this. But if you're gonna sit here, can we do something, sir? Make good use of your time. Come on, let's do something while you're sitting here. So I feel both ways about it. I don't really know if what I really want them to really talk about and pull the receipts on is the full thing of scope. That is something I don't mind going back in time about. But other stuff, that right there, let's go back in time. Let's pull these receipts. Let's talk about all of these things. And what Marsau, I think, failed to realize is he want to come out and say he did this, that, and the third, blah, 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 blah. But I have to agree with Martell. They didn't need your business.
No, they didn't need you.
They didn't need your business.
You were working at the movie theater slinging popcorn in a thick-ass suit, like Martell said. Actually, what I said was funnier. But with you, Marsau, you're not contributing anything to anybody's life. You even admitted in that conversation that Mel taught you property preservation. And you were making money from that, but you weren't making any money in the construction business. What I put 2 and 2 together is they taught you property preservation so that they can get you into the construction
business.
But you were spending the money from the preservation, buying cars to not have a garage to put them in. You wasting money, spending it instead of regenerating funds by and reinvesting in yourself and in your business, not investing in stuff that's going to depreciate. That's why they don't. The bottom line is the Scotts are poor money managers.
Yes.
You know how to run a business. You never finished a project, allegedly. You take the 25% or the 50% upfront that these customers or clients are paying you, and you run off their money and find a reason not to finish their projects. That's why we've never visited a finished project with you besides Black. And I built that.
Yep. And then to even go as far, Marsau, saying, well, I didn't say you came to me and we were in the negative and we end up buying you out. And Martell was like, but I was never there to do the business. This was a way to help y'all. I was never here to do this. And I'm like, who would have thought that Martell would be making sense in any form of a conversation?
Right.
Who would have thought this? And here's my thing when it comes to Marsau. I think his pride and ego is getting too out of hand. Because at the end of the day, y'all names are together. And if it really is that big of a deal to where you feel like they didn't make me, then drop scope altogether and just make it Scotts.
Make it Scotts Construction.
And be done with it.
And
just drop it.
The business wasn't making any money anyway. Go pay for another LLC and make a new business, because you like, okay, let's scrap this because we wasn't making no money doing this. That's how we know you're lying. You needed the connections that Mel had in the community.
Same thing. Yep.
Everybody, they were a beloved couple in the community. So y'all were riding their coattails. Let's just call the thing a thing.
Yep.
Y'all act like that's why with the 40, I call it the 40 acres and a mule, the 47 acres, that's why y'all were pissed at them, because none of y'all had enough money or capital to purchase land in the beginning. So, but you were in control of the whole process, but you didn't have no money to do it. Money talks, bullshit walks, and y'all was on some bullshit. So the Skolts went on, and the Holtz went on and bought the property And of course, if I'm using my money to pay for the land, I'm going to be in control of what's going to be done with it.
And is.
Y'all, and asking y'all, where your money at? Put your money where your mouth is. Y'all taking forever. Somebody else going to buy it. So if somebody else going to buy it, it might as well be us to go ahead and move forward with it.
Go ahead and grab it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So none of y'all never had no money. Period.
Yep, I agree. And then, and I'm gonna read Miss Ann comment in a minute.
Mm-hmm.
And then for him to do this whole, well, Letitia retweeted it, put in her story, you know, all the things that they own while he was working at the movie. Sir, it's the movie theater. You make it $7. If you have owned all of these complex like you said you did, then why won't you just drop the movies?
Right.
Like, come on, sir. It's $7.50 if you was making that at the time. You not holding on to your job as if you was the manager or the vice president of somebody's company, bruh. You sweeping up popcorn,
Child. And don't even say I want them to come out and say it was because we got 3 kids and we needed health, and it was for the health insurance.
Not in no Malco theater.
No.
Not in Malco, you not. So Miss Ann said, my question is, did the Scotts ask for help or did Martell insist on helping? That is the $1 million question, because both of them are, Martell said it was to help. And I'm going to add Melody in there because she's actually told this story too. And y'all can correct me, I've never seen them tell this story together. Every time they've told this story, they've been separate. And that story, there's one thing they can agree on. When it came down to them doggone how they wanted to play this thing out with the Scotts, they have always agreed on that. So Martell and Melody said it's on some helping. The Scotts, more so Marsau, is making it seem like they wanted to go into business with them. But I'm gonna have to call bullcrap Marsau because they didn't need you. Even Martell. Yeah. We know Melody is the brains behind it. And let me say this, because it's easy to go in on Martell, and we will. I mean, let's just call a thing a thing. And we will forever too. But I will be fair. Melody was the brain and is the brains behind it. But I also feel like he was the bronze. And I think he still did put in a good amount of work as well. Yeah. He put in, I wouldn't take that from him. I'll be fair. I'm not going to take that from him. He put in he probably was more muscle and brawn and doing more of the physical labor and doing all of that. But that's what makes for a good team. Everybody can't beat this person. Somebody got to do one, because I work well over here in administration. I can get the contracts, read it, and I'm over out here in the field. I'm doing the work. I can find the workers, blah, blah, blah. That's how it becomes a successful business, because everybody got their strong suit. So I give them that. Marsau needed their contacts. He needed the workers. Even Martell said, I brought my workers to your site. He needed to work. That's the problem. Marsau and Tisha strike me as lazy. They want a quick buck. That's why you're going and you put a boot heel in it. That's what somebody need to do. Put a boot heel in their ass and let them know it's time to get moving. Because you going and using all these connections that Mel and Martell created. You're using this platform that you want to throw in and say, oh, well, Mel can't get up here and speak because, you guys have never seen any failures. And people want to hear about failures, okay? And the only reason you're doing well is because of a platform. They were multimillionaires before. Love and Marriage Huntsville. Stop. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Don't play with it. Stop. Right. Put some respect on their name. And you better be glad that they thought enough of your tabbit head ass to help you to get a business. They didn't have to help you. Why? They already had money. There was nothing that you could provide for them that was going to add to their wealth. It was simply they took a liking to you and decided to help your broke ass. Yep. That's all it was. And to add on to that, I honestly, I don't throw this word out because I feel like it get misused a lot of times. And that's the jealousy word. But in this scene, Marsau very much gave off that he was jealous of the Holts when they were Holts, because they're no longer Holts. But when they were Holts, it's given that you was jealous that things just worked out for them. And it's not working out for you because you want them to talk about the bad, and the bad. You know, for him to even throw it up and say, y'all ain't never talked about where y'all failed at in business, but y'all talk about it in marriage. So he was trying to dig at them, but they were two people that had they separate strong suits. Have you and Tisha figured out what are y'all strong suits? And you won't let her figure it out because you want to do everything. You want to be the manager, you want to be the CEO, you want to be the vice president, you want to be the branch manager, you want to be over the finance, you want to be the CFO. Like, you want to do everything. Y'all could possibly be like the Hulks, but you got to let her take her part and you take yours. That's what made them work. It's not going to work for you if you want to do everything.
He want to control the money, and I believe that he's worse with the money than Tisha.
I agree with that too. I agree.
Buying cars, Tisha buying booties, you buying, y'all need to be buying a damn gym membership together. That's what the hell y'all need to be doing. Okay. But that's just a side note. I just, the Scotts look very irresponsible. They look like they about business. But I'm gonna say this. I feel like if Marsau would let Tisha live in her gifts, let her get a speech coach so she can learn how to speak, and let her use that commercial management masters that she has, because she has a degree in commercial management, so construction or something like that. So she can go out and speak to commercial real estate. I'm sorry. Commercial real estate is where she went and got her last degree out of the 8 that she got. Because homegirl seemed to just be going to school for fun at this point. I don't know if y'all do it, paying all them damn student loans, but I digress because that's silly. But moving on, because all that shit, the degrees you're getting, it ain't going to help you make no more damn money. You're just making money. But hey, do you, boo-boos. But anyway, Tisha, she could be using that degree, going out here, selling commercial real estate, helping them to get more projects. What happened to this real estate business that she had where the cousin was supposed to come and work for her, and the cousin was supposed to quit her job and come working? You don't even have an office to house. You're a broker, but you ain't even got a space to house your real estate agents.
Yeah. And we can give Tisha a lot of flack.
Huh?
I said we can give Tisha a lot of flack, and will. It's one of the things like Martell, and will. But let me say this: I don't feel like Tisha is as dumb as a lot of people. When it comes to her, maybe, but I don't feel like Letitia is dumb by no stretch of the mean, none whatsoever. And even when they was doing Black, she had a good point. Why are we hiring Jalen? He has no experience in restaurants. He have no experience as even being a manager. Why are we doing this? So we know that she got some sense. But Marsau won't let her lead out as to where she is in her strong suit. So to me, that whole y'all don't talk about y'all failures, it was given that you was jealous of them. And then you threw the dig out. The only time you talk about it is when you're married or in your marriage. But why are you mad? Because it worked. It worked. And even though they may not have, they still have failures. They didn't get every project that they bid on. They didn't get everyone. They still got a lot of no's. I'm sure a lot of doors still got closed in their face. But come to a expo to hear all negative stuff.
Nobody wants to do that.
Who wants to do that?
Now, I will say I'll change this from my review. I would like to hear some of the things that, okay, as we try to do this, this may be a hiccup that many of you may experience, that I make sure that you don't have to go through. So let me tell you what I did, because this happened to me, type of thing. That happens in a lot of different things. But everybody may not go through that. Yeah. Are there trials and tribulations within certain things that you do? Yes. But does that make it where your business has to be tumultuous because of it? No. It could be where, I was packing my 7th Avenue orders and I shipped the wrong product to somebody's house. That's a failure, essentially. Not a huge failure, but it's a mistake. People make mistakes in business. Those are helpful to people still in business because you can tell how, okay, this is what I did to fix it by providing good customer service. Something. What are you looking for? Are you looking to be, if the bottom line is, are you looking to be nosy or are you really looking to help people? Because what are you providing? Because you said that people that have a platform shouldn't be able to get up here and speak because they really don't got nothing going on. So why are you even having the expo? Because ain't you on the same damn platform?
Their part. And then on top of that, didn't you say Black was the one who was sponsoring this, or Chocolate in the Bottle paid for all of this? Those were your words, Marsau. You said this, sir.
Did you catch when he said, when they were doing that bet on Black thing, that he was like,
Girl,
this is all Tisha. Yeah, this is all Tisha. I'm like, okay, you saying it, and then you see how he said it, and he was like, so if this go down or something ain't right, I told y'all this is her brainchild. She did this.
I said, what in the scam is going on here?
He's slick. He a slick one. And Tisha better watch her back because he is setting her the hell up.
This is the scam if I ain't never seen one in my life. I literally said, y'all do know having a casino is illegal, right? I literally said that as I'm watching the show. I said, casino night? Sir, that's illegal. You cannot have a casino night out willy-nilly like that and then think the people ain't figuring to come and shut you down.
Now
you can't do that.
Game like a party thing with fake money. I think their goal was to have people come and donate as they're playing the games or whatever. But I don't know what because we had a casino night theme at my job and it was really fun. You can have people come out and they will conduct the games for you. Fake money or whatever. So I don't know if they were paying into that or if they making people come pay $100 a head to do that, child. Who freaking knows? I don't know how they were conducting it, where they were making people pay to buy tickets to it or what. But the reality is, y'all buying homes for children, but what about their parents?
But how about this? Bump the parents. You want to fix the house for them, but you can't even build your own house.
That part. What about your children? Your children are living in an apartment. You
they say
everybody child but your own.
They said charity started at home first, right? You can't even build your own house.
Crazy.
But okay. I think this is a scam, sir. I don't know what you say. This is a scam. What you doing with this money? You just told your wife to go get the furniture from China. Go to a rental center.
Yeah. So how you charitable? You don't have money to give out. Y'all didn't even think about sponsorships until Mel said something. So now you trying to scam people to get money to pay off, probably allegedly to pay off these daggone lawsuits that you have. It's scam after scam after scam.
When they was doing this, I said, "Oh, baby, this ain't nothing but no. It's a scam. It's cute to put. Oh, it's for the kids, sir and ma'am. This is a scam. Point blank period and the end. Y'all can't even build y'all own house.
Ain't nothing charitable about them at all. They have not done that net act of kindness in the community. You ain't even did nothing so much as fed the homeless. And now I'm going to give you my money to bet on Black for you to build homes for underprivileged children. No.
This is can't. Y'all, are y'all seeing this on the camera? Because this is dumb.
I was waiting for Ashton Kutcher to come out.
And then
here's the ice. Your friends now, Angela, mind you, Tisha got a manager. Why? What is she managing? Now, is Tisha going to Angela's house and using her kitchen as an office? Because you seem to be using Angela for a lot of things. Angela helping you pack packages. Angela and her husband here with their iPhones doing your video. I was like, where's the camera? Y'all got an iPhone on the same little thing I got here doing
What
my
we gotta set up on? Like,
yeah.
oh, it was bad. It was bad.
And getting all the angles. He's like, yeah, right. With the iPhone. Really?
It was so crazy because I'm like, this y'all foundation, but y'all don't know what to say. How is this y'all foundation? And do we build houses? No, don't say that. How we supposed to? Oh no, Letitia and Marsau Scott. Really?
And then I was leaning over. I'm like, girl, you couldn't be sexy if somebody tried to sell it to you. This is a mess.
And then go say it ain't my love language. I said, Tisha, being sexy ain't a love language, friend. What are you talking about? That is not a love language.
Well, child, you talking about a person that schedules sex on the calendar. So, honey, I don't know what we got to expect out of homegirl. Yeah.
It's not my love language, Marcel. Marcel was like, we're not talking about love language. I need you to be sexy.
Speaking of love languages and sex, I want Kimmie to stop talking about it. I'm tired. I'm tired of her desert cooch. Take it somewhere else. Take the story somewhere else. Because you sat there with Andrea and had this whole conversation, and you never mentioned to her that this is medical. Which is reasonable. You sat up there and told Maurice this is medical, but then you sat here and rationalized with her why you should get a sex therapist and how, she giving you dildos and you walking around with eggs up your cooch, trying to make it wet again.
I hated that scene. And I rarely use the word hate. I hated that scene. And so much so because you, Andrea, as her best friend, you over her bringing her sex toys and almost somewhat siding with Maurice versus listening to your best friend as she's telling you what her ding dong of a husband is saying to her.
Mm-hmm.
And she did say, Kimmie did say, no, this is not just me. It's not a mental thing. Doctors are prescribing medicine because women going through depression. Da, da, da. So she did tell her that the friend not listening.
Mm-mm.
And then you're over here bringing sex toys. There's another thing. Was this just a scene to be having a scene? Because if I'm having to catch up with my girl Shay, you don't know what we about to talk about. So how would I know to bring you some sex toys?
I know to bring me a dildo. Baby.
And I didn't think about that till after I did my review, but now that I'm sitting in, I was like, wait a minute, how did she know to even bring this over here?
Well, you know what? I'm a lean on the thought of that maybe, just maybe, she was like talking to her about it previously. And then she said, well, I got just the thing for you.
And even with that, I would have rather gotten a real conversation because that's your best friend. That's not Letitia you talking to. That ain't Tiffany. It ain't Mel. That's like your real friend. Have the real conversation.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of us y'all playing in our face because it's not cute. Who gives a darn what Maurice thinks at this point? This girl has literally, let me say it that way, been through the most traumatic thing that one of the traumatic things a woman can go through. And you think I'm going to be sitting over here worrying about how I can get my pocketbook wet for you? And I still got poison in my system. Like, you want me? Because it's going to take a year for this stuff to go out. And because she got it heavily, it took a year for me. And I didn't go through half of the stuff she went through. So we don't know what her time frame is for all that mess to be at her system. You think I'm going to go see a sex therapist because he can't be compassionate and understand.
Girl, that whole scene could have just been left on the cutting room floor for me.
We didn't need it.
We didn't
We
need
didn't
it.
need it.
Entirely too long. It's playing on the inconsistencies of their relationship. It
Mm-hmm.
it is insensitive.
Yep.
I'm just honestly, I'm tired of the train wrecks that are these relationships. I really am. And if this is what the Scots 1.0 and 2.0 are bringing, it's time to let them go. We got to get some more couples. We got to get some fresher couples on this
Yeah.
show because they're not friends anymore with the Holts. So the look
Mm-hmm.
gone. Let them go.
Let them
What
go.
for?
Yep.
We don't need.
I just, for me, we didn't need it. And I don't know if she's trying to depict him in this life. I don't know what's the end goal for them having this conversation. And I get it. I'm sure it is a real life thing. Your sex drive isn't like, I get that. I understand that. But the way that y'all taking it is unnecessary.
Mm-hmm.
Because you going out of your way, the sick person.
Mm-hmm.
The sick person is going out of her way to appease somebody who didn't have to go through anything.
The audacity.
Wait, what?
It's for sale. It got to be because it's at an all-time high.
I was like, yeah, I didn't need this. I didn't. This was dumb. So I think we got to everything. We at the end, child.
Girl.
Kiki. Y'all know I don't see it for Kiki. Kiki talking to Mel, they meet up. Mel asked her how she doing. She said she doing fine, child. Asked how Tisha going. I don't know how Tisha going. I thought we was moving forward, but we taking a step back. And Marsau having a threesome. I said, girl, what? I said, wait a minute. How you go from I thought we was doing good, we taking a step back, and now Marsau having a threesome. Girl, I said, somebody please tell me something was cut out in the middle because please make this make sense. What do this got to do with the price of tea in China? What do this have to do with anything?
With Kiki at all. Like Kiki, you know what? I don't even, you know what? I just feel like this is Carlos King's way of trying to pull out the stuff that's going on with the Scots because you know Marsau has it, and he said it in his interview with Carlos, I believe, allegedly, that it's in their contract not to talk about them.
Mm-hmm.
So Carlos is trying to be slick and use other people to force them to talk about it because they're not going to be willing participants. You know what he should have did if he was smart? He'd have made Martell snitch on them.
Yeah.
Because at this point, Martell is not married anymore. He don't have nothing to lose. Spill the beans. This is your show. You want to stay on it because if you don't have a relationship with the Scots, you ain't got nobody to film with. And you barely hanging by a thread with Chris Fletcher. Mm-hmm. You not filming with Mel, and Destiny Dusty Butt is gone. So the Scots is really, you feel like in your head the only way to film. So it's like, why are we tiptoeing around the Scots?
Here's my thing, and I've been saying, if anybody that's been following me from A1 Day One, go watch my old videos. I've been saying this. Either this man ain't cheating, A, he really ain't cheating and it's just a rumor, or B, he got this stuff sold up so good that ain't nothing coming out on him. And I said, if that's the case, he need to write a book and do what OJ did. If I was guilty and write a book, if I was cheating, this is how I would do it. And because here's why, and at this point, we're beating a dead horse. I'm literally at the point, either you're gonna provide the receipts or shut up.
Or shut up, right?
Shut up. What is it doing for you to talk about what Marsau cheating with who he cheating with and how many women he did it with. What is it doing for you, Kiki?
I don't get it. Kiki need to be talking about getting in somebody's rehab and getting off and doing some holistic changes in her life and not eating so much fried chicken and maybe picking up a piece of fruit. That's what she need to be doing and trying to fix her life. That's Kiki don't need to be nowhere in their business.
And
Because
that's my thing. Like, Kiki, please, girl, have self-receipts. And I get it. And I'm gonna keep stressing this and saying this. You're only interesting because you're allegedly about to drop a bomb on Marsau. Other than that, what would you really be bringing?
yeah.
What are you bringing?
The makeup artist chick is all over the internet being messy. So
who's makeup artist?
The Tisha's makeup. So allegedly, that's who Marsau had the incident with. But she's still Tisha's makeup artist. So, child.
What's the makeup artist saying?
So the makeup artist is, throwing jabs at Kiki or whatever on Instagram. I need to find what her page is, but I saw somebody's video where they were like posting the stuff or whatever, but I couldn't see her actual Instagram page, the name of it. But apparently this makeup artist is messy. So I don't, like I said, allegedly, I don't know the validity of a lot of this stuff. People put a lot of SHI on the internet these days. But for Kiki to bring it to the show like that, is something going on.
But again, what is it doing for you? And I asked this question, what's your end goal, Kiki? You putting out her business, even if, and let me say this, because this is not to take over for Marsau. I feel like Marsau has very much cheated. When Martell told the business, said, you got 20 girlfriends on Mad Day, I feel like he was being honest because he threw Chris under the bus. So it is what it is. I'm not going to say that he's this innocent man, but at the same time, what is this doing for you, Kiki? Like, why do you have a big dog in this fight? Who cares? If you're not going to bring little mama on here and film with her, be on the phone with her. Why does it? Because at this point, it's still a rumor. Because nobody has came out and said, I am the side chick.
But would you, though? What would you get out of, think about it. If I'm Marsau's side chick, legs, hips, and breasts, what would I benefit from coming out here and telling everybody I'm sleeping with him? Like, what am I'm not going to, Coleslaw, aka Gator Mouth, is the perfect example of why that is a bad idea. She came out here, did interviews, ain't made not $1 off of telling everybody you done broke a home.
Mm-hmm.
So these women are probably, number one, they probably not screwing them no more. They probably embarrassed and don't want nobody to know. That's probably.
I agree.
And
I think he messed with
from it.
He probably messed with women when he gave Martell that advice. You messing with women who has nothing to lose.
Mm-hmm.
Date somebody and cheat with somebody that got something to lose. And I do feel like that's what he's doing. He's dating people or messing off with people who probably married themselves.
Yep.
Or they're not married, but they have a good career, good job, or whatever, and I want to get caught up in the bull crap. Mm-hmm. That's why he was always against Area, like, leave her alone. She's going to be the downfall of you. He told him the truth. So I feel like there's one reason why he haven't came out, and he kind of keeping it on lock. But again, Letitia not going anywhere.
No.
They Will and Jada. She ain't going nowhere. So it don't matter.
She ain't set up like Will. He's the bills.
But here's the thing. She get a kick out of saying they're still married and have the longest marriage. She read it as a badge of honor.
Girl, like I said before, this ring don't mean SHI if I'm standing next to a clown.
And that too. We feel that way, but Letitia don't. And I just feel like, again, Kiki, even if you still want to hold on to the grudge that they told your business to the host 5-6 years ago, even if you want to hold on to that, you can't keep saying, I forgive y'all, we're going to let it go, and you still using it as a way
right
to tell her business. Like, that's why I'm not seeing it for Kiki. Because you can't, and I'm with Tisha on that. I'm sorry. I'm Team Tisha when it comes to that. If we have talked, we agreed, we ain't on this stuff no more. I'm sorry, you sorry, we move on. And then next time I see you, you back in male face telling her my business. I'm not gonna mess with you. It is what it is.
I also feel like Tisha keeps it. Tisha is a brat. She keeps it going. She's the one. She's that little girl that's like, if you don't do what I say, I don't want to be your friend anymore. And that's how I feel like it is with Kiki, where it's like, oh, you still talking to Mel, and you know I don't like her. Okay, well, I'm not going. I'm going to be, this little moody little somebody, and just be like, oh, well, I don't want to be your friend anymore. I don't want to be your cousin anymore because you're talking to Melody. Like, that's how immature this woman is. You sat up here looking in your phone when people trying to give you advice on this expo, and Marsau had to be the bigger one to say, oh, I'm absolutely going to listen to the reviews of other people so we can do better next time.
Mm-hmm.
Tisha doesn't have that mindset. She's very childish. Even Wanda admitted she used to buy them things all the time. She used to buy their affection. Tisha always was like that with her friends and her brothers. Like, everybody was basically catering to her. Even Kimmie said Tisha's spoiled.
Mm-hmm.
So this is the one thing she can't control Kiki because they're grown, and she's mad that Kiki is friends with Mel. When, mind you, Kiki was friends with Mel way before Tisha knew Mel.
But here's my thing.
There at this point,
I will be honest. I'm not mad at the friendship of Mel and her.
Me neither.
That don't mean you got to go tell her business though either.
And that's what I was going to get at.
Right. And I feel like that's where people keep missing, because people do throw that up. They was friends first. Okay, that's fine. They can have whatever relationship they want. There's nothing wrong with that. Again, that ain't got nothing to do with Kiki going over there telling this girl her business. That has absolutely nothing to do with nothing. Especially if they decided to, I'm sorry, you sorry, we're not gonna do this anymore. Because Tisha was wrong too. And let me say this, Tisha ain't innocent either. This not to uplift Tisha and make her seem like she this innocent saint and none. Both of them have done wrong. Right. But y'all also came to the point to where y'all both decided that y'all was going to do better and not bring it up. Mm-hmm. Now Kiki is looking like Letitia keeping up her end of the deal, and you ain't. Right. That's how it's coming out. Now it could be something on the back end and it looks different, but it don't matter because it ain't coming out. You the only one talking, Jada. you the only one talking. Well, Tisha's talking too, because she's also talking about, instead of her reaching out to Kiki to see how she's doing, you automatically she over there. Right. Again. She's on drugs again. And I'm like, that's not supportive. You out here accusatory. And that's why I said Tisha ain't innocent. No. By no stretch of the man. Mm-mm. And Kiki ain't innocent at all. They went to that boxing thing. She was literally trying to reconnect with Tisha. They went to the Alabama game together or whatever. They were supposed to be hanging out. But the minute that Mel comes up, Tisha's like, well, yeah, I don't think we can move forward because she's still, you did say it without saying, oh, she's still talking, so I don't want to be around her. Correct. And Kiki was like, listen, you're my cousin. I love you. I want to be around you or whatever. Mm-hmm. And she's trying to be there for Mel. But Kiki was cool when she was cussing Kimmie out or coming on the show to have your back for Kimmie. It's not okay when she not kissing your now because she not kissing your ass. Now and I brought that up too. That people want to forget. She came in being so Team Tisha. Y'all keep it together. If we lie, we all lie.
But Tisha over here trying to keep her from being on the show. You can bring her on the show to defend you, and she get a little name card real quick. But you didn't want her to be a cast member on the show, so you did this whole concoction to tell the Holtz that she has a pill problem.
But and I brought this up last time, and let me say this, and I'm gonna stand on this. We don't agree with this, and my commenters and my subscribers don't. We don't agree on this, but I'm gonna stand on this. Letitia and Marsau don't have any pull or melody to hire or fire anybody,
but they didn't. They didn't know.
Here's my thing. I do feel like there is some truth to they are trying to probably keep her off the show because, hey, y'all, look at what she's doing, right? I feel like there is some truth to that. But at the end of the day, it was up to the producers to pick who they wanted to be on the show.
Right.
It's up to them.
It's up to them. But I think that was earlier on in the process before they had even gotten selected for the show. So that with them not knowing how this process works, they wanted to make sure that they could secure themselves before Kiki, or that they didn't have to be on the show with Kiki, because Kiki probably had, you never know what she's going to reveal. Like when they were in Bessemer, she was like, don't you do it. You don't want me to say blah, blah, blah. Obviously, she knows some stuff. So y'all,
of course.
I wanted to come on here and be the great pretenders. That's what y'all wanted to do.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. And then I think too, and I said this, I think it's easy to place the blame on them, and they do deserve some blame. Again, we're not figuring to uplift them like they just super innocent. But I also feel like I think Kiki should take a little piece of responsibility and be like, girl, you just not that interested either. For them to make you a full castmate and you be in the core 6 or the core 8. It has to be taken in consideration. And I think it's easy to lean on, well, they was going behind the back. And they probably very well doing it. I believe, Kiki when she said that. I won't take her as a liar for that. But I think she also need to take on too that they just didn't see that much into you. Did it play a part? Maybe. But if you was just that good, I feel like they would have took you regardless, no matter what you had going on.
That's true.
I feel like they would have took you. I don't care if you was doing drugs. They had a whole show with Whitney and Bobby, the most cracked out, coked out people. Gave them a whole show. Because they know it makes for good TV. I don't think there was a hindrance for them, in my opinion. It's just me. I don't feel like there was a hindrance for them to tell her, oh, well, we can't have you on here because they said you got a drug addiction. They out to exploit people. It is what it is.
Yeah, that's true.
On network or not, they out to exploit you. Look what he did to Melody and Martell. Now, go ahead and tell the truth. Tell everybody that how he cheating on you for 5 years and tell it. Exploit it.
But why would they allow Marsau to have that as a clause in his contract if you so busy trying to make people exploit themselves? Why would you even allow somebody to not tell their reality?
I feel this my opinion, because I feel like a lot of this is the cast giving bits and pieces. Of course, Carlos not saying anything, so a lot of us are kind of filling in what we think is going on. And my personal opinion, what I think is going on, or what I think happened, is when they saw how it blew up first season for Martell and Melody. Because you wouldn't know that in the beginning. What your storyline is, what my storyline. Y'all not having a group meeting. This not a cast to where we having a table read. Shout out to Candy. It's not this. So don't nobody know.
I just think it's more than one way to skin a cat. Like if you keep on trying to conjure up the same storylines every season, that's going to die off a quick death. It really, really is. Like, okay, Mel and Martell cheating. All right, well, let's catch Marsau and Tisha cheating. Then oh, who else cheating? It can't just be all cheating. There's different things that can go on. And it don't always have to be drama. I want to see them happy too. Like, can y'all have some fun?
I agree.
The Housewives, they have drama, but then
they can balance it out
and then have fun. We don't get to really see much fun because there's always something going on, or somebody always hating on somebody, or everybody always ganging up on one person. They were at one point telling each other, "Oh, we gotta the best way for you to get popular is to go after Mel." Ish. When they grow up, be real, show your real lives, and that's what reality TV is about. If up here playing and faking the funk, what are we really watching?
And let me add this on too, because I think we forget Carlos went to MJ, Marsau's son, without his consent and filmed him. There was a big deal too. That played a big part. So again, nobody knew what first season was.
So maybe that's why he allowed them to put that in the contract.
Thank you. Nobody knew what first season was. And let's not forget, because Melody said, "No, y'all made that agreement. I didn't make that agreement. The agreement was that they weren't going to talk about the infidelity or anything that was going on." That was in the beginning. And Mel has came out multiple times and said, "I never agreed to that. That's what y'all agreed with. I wanted to do my reality." Right? So again, the clause came in because they saw how that ish hit the fan with Melody and Martell. And I was like, "Oh no, I'm not doing this. I'm not doing this."
So now you're gonna sit up here lying. Child.
But of course, we can go back and forth with our theories of what we think it is and ain't, what it could be, the shoulda, coulda, wouldas of it all.
Right.
You know. But baby, we're gonna hit this almost 2-hour mark, and it is definitely time for us to end it. But yeah, y'all know we just here running our mouth. We'll do it all over again next week. To have our other conspiracy theories of what we think, and I should coulda wouldas again. Yeah. Any last words?
Shout out to my friend's hair because it is given.
Is it given, friend?
The girls are doing.
Can y'all see the back? Can y'all see the back?
Shout out to the hair. All right.
Thank you.
Indeed.
All right, y'all. That's all we got. We got no more. That's it. That's all. We enjoyed y'all as usual. Y'all are the best. If y'all haven't hit that like button, Sean, can we do an open panel of Quad and Dr. G? Okay. Sure. Got you. Let me figure out the time. I may be able to do it Thursday. Let me work it out. My sister's baby shower is Saturday, and we got to prepare everything on Friday and all of that. So it may have to be on a Thursday. I know I'm gonna be able to do it tomorrow because I gotta run some more errands for the baby shower. So I got you, Lexi. Okay, we'll come up with something. Hit that like button if you haven't already. As you exiting out stage left, that's all you got to do. If you're not following Shay, what you waiting on? If you're not following me, what you waiting on? Please and thank you. It's free. It takes nothing away from your day or your time. It does absolutely nothing. That's it. Okay. And for the people who keep liking, who keep following me and unfollowing me, it's these same 3 people.
Oh my God.
Don't stay. Just like it over here. Just stay. Okay. We welcomes all. We are friends and family over here. Just stay. I don't know who you are, but you know who you are. Okay. I'm gonna do an altar call. Just come on up. It's all right. It's okay. It's all right.
So whack. I can't.
It's all right. Just wait. Okay, but that's all we got, you guys. Y'all enjoy the rest of y'all night. I'll see you guys and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Bye.
Peace out.